Sabra, Sabra Biem, Befayan Kobosha
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I bring attention to the critical state of our energy sector, a sector burdened by severe mismanagement, overwhelming debt, and a glaring lack of accountability. This ongoing load shedding, also known as doomsday, is more than a technical issue. It's a financial and political crisis affecting every one of us. Let's start with our gas supply, the lifeblood of our electricity generation. Currently, ENI's gas supply to Ghana stands at just 171 million scarf, far below the contractual volumes of 245 million scarf. This reduction isn't due to an unforeseen crisis. It's the direct result of over $200 million in unpaid government debt to ENI. Despite ENI's request, less than 5% of this debt has been paid. As a first step, ENI cut supply from 245 million scarf to 210 million scarf. But as debt persisted, they reduced it further to GNPC's daily contract quantity of 171 million scarf. This failure to pay has left our homes and industries in darkness. You and I know that gas supply to Ghana is not only through ENI. The Ghana Gas Company also processes gas from the 10 fields and the Jubilee fields for our generating plants. But unfortunately, as a state, we do not have a dedicated pipeline that evacuates gas from Bawa in the Western Enclave to Tema in the Eastern Enclave, where our load centers are also located. Because of that, government entered into a contract with the West African Gas Pipeline Company, known as WAPCO, to convey gas from Bawa to Tema. But unfortunately, as we speak today, the West African Gas Pipeline Company, or WAPCO, which transport this gas from our Western Enclave to the Eastern load centers, is owed over $20 million. Though they still move gas from the Western Enclave to the Eastern Enclave, it is just a matter of time that they also will shut off supply. This will leave processed gas from Ghana Gas Company stranded in Bawa, further deepening our crisis. Ladies and gentlemen, the problems within the sector with respect to fuel are even worse because of other factors. Let's talk about our liquid fuels. You know that as a country, our thermal plants can run on either natural gas, light crude oil, or diesel. So anytime there's a challenge in getting gas from our sources, the state usually will have to find money for the utilities to procure either light crude oil or diesel to fire the plants. Unfortunately, our liquid fuel reserves are running dangerously low. For instance, let's take Takrady Tema. Only 104,723 barrels of light crude oil sit unused in Takrady because the levels are so low. Tiku, which is the only plant that can use the light crude oil in the Western Enclave, has made an assessment, and they think that the levels of this crude oil are so low that there's a tendency that this fuel is contaminated with particles. And therefore, if they were to use this light crude oil to power their plants, it will compromise the integrity of their plants. And so, have refused to use those light crude oil, the light crude oil seated there, and therefore, they do not have that. And government has also not made money available to buy more crude oil for them to be able to power their plants. If you come to Tema, only 27,646.79 barrels are left. Barely enough to take care of 2.5 days to power that particular plant. If you go to Asogli, the plant holds currently just 4,535.5 cubic meters of diesel fuel oil, that's a DFO, just enough for 5.5 days. Other plants, such as the SemPower plant, the Power plant, and the Asker, have zero fuel reserves. Without immediate action, we are on the verge of further crippling shortages of fuel and therefore a prolonged load shedding. Ladies and gentlemen, you all know that the challenges that we are facing now is not also just merely due to unavailability of fuel. It is also as a result of government not being able to pay for the power that the state uses. You recall that just a few weeks ago, Asogli issued a statement that they were going to shut down their plants because government was owing them. Today, as we speak, the Asogli power plant, one of our primary power producers, has completely shut down because the government owes them an astounding $300 million. Yes, 300 million United States dollars. This isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a profound failure to uphold basic responsibilities, forcing us to pay the price for financial mismanagement and corruption. And let's not overlook the mounting debt owed the independent power producers. As we speak today, it is between 1.3 billion and 1.5 billion dollars. Should they also decide to withdraw their services, this country is in for a very serious, excruciating power crisis. And therefore, Ghanaians should brace themselves for that. Fellow Ghanaians, this isn't just mere lights out or the lights just going out. It's about leadership, effective governance, and a commitment to putting the needs of the people first. As I conclude this video, ladies and gentlemen, call upon the leaders of our country, particularly Nana Addo and his ministers, to address these issues with urgency. Settle the debt owed the independent power producers. Settle the debt owed our gas suppliers. Settle the debt owed our gas transporters. Look for money to purchase liquid fuel, because this problem, as I said initially, isn't a technical issue. It is a failure of commitment. It is as a result of corruption. It is as a result of mismanagement. But the time is now to ensure that this government pays for all its ills. In less than 2 months, we'll be going to the polls. It is important to show this government and future governments that you cannot take the Ghanaian for granted, and that there's a price for corruption, there's a price for mismanagement, there's a price for simply putting your interests far and above the interests of the collective, the interests of the Ghanaian. I call on all Ghanaians to ensure that we vote out this government, this ineffective government, this corrupt government. And I can promise on behalf of His Excellency that based on the experiences we went through with the issue of power crisis, which indeed he restored and solved, that we will not find ourselves in that position again. I call on everyone to vote for the NDC. The NDC has a solution to this problem. The NDC has faced this solution before. A problem that was inherited from past governments. But under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama, it was solved by the end of 2016. And therefore, I call on all of you that on December 7th, when you go to the polls, vote for John Mahama and vote for his parliamentary candidates to be able to put in the right measures and policies to solve not only the energy crisis, but all the crises we find in all sectors of our economy. Thank you very much for watching this video. God bless you and bless our homeland Ghana.